Okay, yes, sir. All right, going live once again. Who I got in the house? Marcus, salute. What's going on, Marcus? Just about to kick it up here with y'all for like half an hour. Just coming through for about 30 minutes. Talk a little bit about what's going on in the WMMA world. Get started here in a few minutes. Got Kayla Harrison and Josie Cotton about to run it back. Got Tisha Torres and Sammy Hughes. Sammy Hughes making her debut. So just talk a little bit about that. Like I said, I'll be on here for about 35, 40 minutes. Maybe less than that. Stamina, what's going on, man? And COVID cancellations, man. Just in general, man, like what's y'all's thoughts on that? I want to talk a little bit on that too as well, man. It's just been crazy. I mean, I've been trying to get used to it, but it's still just something that disappoints a lot of us, I mean, there's nothing we can really do about it, but it is what it is, Mm, 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 mm. Yeah, let's see. Shit. Damn, Marcus. You got me over here cussing like a mug. Man, the Reebok and Michelle canceled now? God dang it. Man. Damn, I don't want to hear that, man. Somebody block Marcus. Somebody block him for reporting that type of news over here, man. Ah, man. All right, so we'll talk about that too, man. We're gonna add that to the list here. We're just gonna go in. Just gonna go in and give everybody the bad news, man. Oh man, come on. Oh boy. But yeah, man, let's get started. What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to another CB99 live stream. And Combo Breaker 99 is here, but he's disappointed right now because Marcus over here reporting bad news. But let's go in, man. First thing I want to talk about is Kayla Harrison. December 17th, she's ready to run it back for a second time against Josie Cotton at Titan FC 66. As you know, Kayla Harrison was looking for a fighter, kind of a last minute thing. She wanted to squeeze in a fight before the end of the year. And she posted on Twitter that she was looking for an opponent to fight at a catch weight. And I know all of y'all know about that now because BJ from No Filter MMA. He gave his thoughts. he responded to her tweet, and she responded back saying that certain fighters didn't want to fight her, like Chelsea Chandler and Caitlin Young. So it was a big thing over there. But she found an opponent, because I told y'all last week, Josie Cotton, she actually posted up on her Instagram that she wanted to run it back with Kayla Harrison. She actually kind of called her out. So I hit her back and I was like, "Yo, was this finalized?" But she was like, "No, it's she's looking forward to it." And she said, "Look, if she can get the fight, that's cool." And she got the fight. This week she posted up that she got the fight, and I'm gonna try to get an interview with her either Thursday or beginning of next week. We're gonna see how that goes. And I know the Coach Harrison, he said he's gonna try to get an interview with her like over the weekend or on Monday. So yeah, just trying to give us some support, going into this rematch. So yeah, this fight here is going to be interesting, man, because Josie Cotton, she hasn't fought since the last time they faced off, and that was back in August of 2018, and she faced a stoppage loss to Kayla Harrison. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think it was in the third round. I think it was a third round stoppage loss to Kayla Harrison the first go round. So it was competitive at times. Josie Cotton lives by that name, the Head Buster. She's a stand-up fighter, working on her ground game, still working out some things. But Kayla Harrison, when she got it to the ground, it just favored her. That's where that's her game. So going into this rematch, like I said, it's gonna really come down to Cotton being fresh. Making sure she has that rust off before she gets in there, because it's been 2 years since she's fought. I know she's been on Instagram posting that she's been training. She's still been trying to keep up that momentum, and that's something I want to ask her about if I can get her on. I want to talk to her about what's been the hold up with fights. Has it been like a business thing as far as even like 2019? Because before the pandemic, 2019 she didn't have any fights, so that's something I want to ask her about. I want to ask her if has it just been hard getting fights, like doing business? And always something I want to know more and more about the MMA world, especially for women. Just talk to her about the business side a little bit. And I want to ask her, about how they reached out to her for this one. Because, Kayla Harrison, really, like I said, she had some competitive fights out there, but she was really, really trying to dig, and pick and choose, in my opinion. And now, she's got an opponent that's been out of the octagon for 2 years, but like I said, hopefully Josette can really show up. Marcus said, if the same Josette shows up who fought Kayla the first time, then Josette will get beat again. Also, Josette will have to be in better shape than last time. Yeah, man. Kayla is not ready on the Cyborg or Nunes level, or even like the second tier, third tier level, in my opinion. She maybe the third tier, but yeah, she's still in fighting shape. She's been staying active. So that's something that she's gonna have to be on the lookout for, Josette. She's gonna have to make sure she can shake off that octagon rust, man. But really, I think there was some other opponents. Like if she really wanted to test herself, like if she wanted somebody straight down the line, there's a lot of opponents out there. Because they were making it sound like they couldn't find anybody. That was active. I can't even remember what her manager and owner of PFL had said. What's his name, Ali. He had said something about them having a hard time finding fights, and I just was like, I couldn't believe that. But I guess so, man, because we are in that pandemic time too. So but yeah, I agree with you, Marcus. Yeah, definitely got to make sure she's on point. Going this time around, got to make sure she's ready for this fight. Because if she was to lose to Kayla again, then I think then the fights would really stop coming in, just because of the fact it's Kayla Harrison. Like a lot of Kayla Harrison's opponents, you don't really see them too much anymore. You don't really see a lot of them fighting anymore. Got to use her stand up, man. Got to use her strength, man. You got to go in there and do what you do. Make sure her takedown defense is on point, and really, pop Kayla Harrison to get that respect. Because Courtney King, she was able to do something here and there. You could see some flashes of some work in there that could have been effective, but she just wasn't committed to winning in that fight. Like, she just wasn't all around polished to take on Kayla Harris. You know, Joe said she got to get that respect early with power. Don't even take it to the ground. Gary Baldwin said, "Don't trust Ali." Yeah, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, they were saying, like, it was hard to get an opponent, and I don't know about that though. So yeah, Kayla Harrison getting in her last fight this year, and she's facing off with Cotton December 17th, and it's going to be at 155. You know, she was looking for a fight at 150, like a catchweight fight, but it's going to be at 155. I mean, I will tune in to watch this. It's going to be on UFC Fight Pass on Thursday. I want to say what, the 17th, is that next week? Yeah, that's going to be December 17th. So yeah, I'll check out that fight, man, because I do support Josie Cotton. I know I've talked to her before. She's a cool fighter. You know, I just wish some of these fighters, they could get more, you know, fights. You know, that's what I want to ask her about. You know, like, what's been going on in like 2019. You know, was it just like personal things that kept her out of the octagon for a while, or was it the fact that, you know, they just didn't want to give her any fights? And I know y'all seen Clarissa Shields. She's been out there posting videos of her training with Holly Holm, which is something I'll probably talk about a little bit later, maybe in another video. She's been getting in some training in Jackson Wink. You know, Clarissa Shields been in there, you know, learning how to kick with Holly Holm, learning how to throw them kicks. She's been getting some work in. So hopefully, man, this can lead to something big. You know, hopefully they can push her in the right direction, man. But what do y'all think, man? What's y'all thoughts on that fight, Kayla Harrison versus Cotton? Do you like Cotton's chances in this one? What about you, Gary? You like Josette Cotton, her chances in this rematch? Dang, Gary said Clarissa doesn't even look good training. Damn, man. Says she ain't even polishing it up, man. Come on. Marcus said Clarissa. Clarissa said, no, Marcus said Clarissa will start doing the Holly Holm. I don't think she has the body type to do the things like Holly does. You know, she gonna have to find her own lane, you know, because like styles all come down to body frames and things too. So she should learn how to throw the kicks the same way she throws. But you know, she can learn how to throw some head kicks from her, but she ain't really wanting to learn ground game from. Cedric, what's going on? Genesis, what's going on? What's going on? Cedric said this is new news of what's new news. What's new news? Yeah, if you're talking about Kayla Harrison and Josette, that's new. Um, Tisha Torres fighting Sammy Hughes. That sounds like new news. Michelle Waterson is out of the Amanda Ribas fight. That's new news. Yeah, Cedric, that's new, man. I posted that earlier, on the video. I said that earlier that Josie Cotton is going to fight her in a rematch. Yeah, December 17th. She was looking for a fight on Twitter the past week. She's been on Twitter trying to reach out for a fight. Yeah, Genesis. Holly is bigger, right? Um, they just got different frames too. Clarissa a little bit more bottom heavy, almost like I want to say similar to Norma Dumont, where her frame is a little bit thicker at the bottom. So I don't really see her throwing the same. Holly's got them wide shoulders and like bigger quads, and kind of slims out at the bottom where she's a little bit more lighter on her feet. And yeah, Holly is physically stronger. Yeah, Holly is strong. Like I don't think we give a lot of credit to Holly for that, but yeah, Holly is strong. She is very strong. Like even in her boxing career, she was a stronger fighter. Like that was her thing. But the way she was able to handle like Megan Anderson, big girl, she handling Megan Anderson the way she did. Yeah, she's strong as hell. She knows how to like. She's just so athletic too. She knows how to use like every part of her body, and that's something that Clarissa is gonna have to get used to. Like Clarissa's so used to the boxing movement, the muscle memory of certain parts of her body, but when she starts learning that MMA, when she starts getting mixed martial arts and having to work all them different parts of her body, parts of the legs that she's never really, the parts of the body that she never really knew she had to work out before, man, it's gonna be hell, bro. Yes, yep, Cedric. Michelle is out. I'm gonna talk about that in a minute. Stamina said they better ring Carla Esparza to replace Michelle. Hey, that's all. That's all if she wants to answer that phone. Oh, Genesis says she loves Holly. Oh, that's sweet. I mean, I like Holly too. I like her too, man. I think she seems cool. Like a cool person outside the octagon. I like Holly. I mean, sometimes I do feel like she maybe had one too many title shots, but you know what it. But other than that, I like her. Ernest Richardson, what's going on? Rebus just flew overnight to Florida to have the rest of her camp at ATT today too. Cool. All right. Well, hopefully she can get a replacement. Oh, Gary, yeah, Claudia versus Reboks, that would be good. Reboks will go ahead and retire Claudia, boy. At her momentum right now. But yeah, Genesis, we were just talking about Kayla Harrison versus Cotton, the rematch. Who do you got in that fight? Cotton, she's been out for 2 years, so you got to factor that in. But hopefully, she can come in there and pull off the upset. Hopefully, she can go in there and do work. Who do you got in that fight, Genesis? December 17th. I'm gonna try to get her on maybe Thursday, if I can. If not, maybe like Monday or next week. It depends. But yeah, I hope she can make it competitive. I mean, 2 years off, sometimes that can be rough though. You got to factor that in. But if I when I get her on, I can we can talk about what she's been working on, what she's been up to. Mm, 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 mm. So yeah, Tisha Torres is taking on a late replacement. Also, this will be her debut in the UFC. Sammy Hughes. If you're not familiar with Sammy Hughes, I did several videos about her. Solid fighter, solid strawweight fighter from the LFA organization. You know, she's had quite a few fights with LFA. You can actually go back and look at them on UFC Fight Pass. Sammy Hughes, pretty solid strawweight, very good stand up. Another fighter I talk to on Instagram every now and then. She actually just hit me back now. Another fighter that I was going to think about, you know, trying to get on, maybe either after her fight or before the Tisha Torres fight. But shit, that's this Saturday, so I don't know if I'll be able to squeeze that interview in. But yeah, Sammy, man, she's a good fighter. I think it's going to be a good replacement because I think Sammy's got some tools that could pull off the upset here. You know, she has very good striking, like I said, good control pressure. Lets her hands go. You know, she's a very good, how'd I say, economical puncher. You know, she picks her shots, very smart. I mean, she was winning that championship fight against Vanessa Demopoulos until she just fell into that trap. And Vanessa got her in that, I think it was a triangle choke. Like the way she just like clamped on and got her in that last round. But up until that last round, Sammy Hughes was winning that fight. You know, Sammy Hughes was winning that fight. She was putting hands on her. But I know Tisha Torres, this is a different story. You know, Tisha's a fast fighter. You know, she's been working on her offense, working on her kicks, being more aggressive. So I think that it's going to be a good fight. It's going to be the experience of Tisha really coming into play against Sam Hughes, who, like I said, is a very strong fighter. This is her coming out fight. You know, it's really going to be her coming out fight. I like her as a fighter. Last fight out, she choked out this one girl. Damn, what was her name? Like first round choke out. So she's got some grappling skills, submission skills, but her hands are dangerous. Her stand-up game is very dangerous. So this ain't going to be an easy opponent. This ain't going to be an easy opponent for Tisha Torres. I know it sounds crazy, but I think Sammy Hughes actually poses more of a power threat to Tisha Torres than Angela Hill. You know, Angela Hill, she throws a lot of strikes. You know, she's very much light on her feet and likes to fight on her feet, and that's her game. But Sammy Hughes is a little bit more committed with her punches. She's a lot more committed. She's much more aggressive. Like Sammy Hughes, she hits to really knock you out. You know, she's got the power. That's why I think she does have that over Angela Hill going into this fight. And that's something that Tisha Torres is going to have to look out more. So she's going to have to look out for being knocked out in this fight. See, against Angela Hill, you just got to worry about her moving and trying to take rounds. But, you know, Sammy Hughes, man, like boxer, man. She's a boxer. Gary Ball says she has that wrestling. Yeah, she's got the wrestling. She's still got that, you know, as a plan B. But if she chose to stand, I think it would be really interesting. And I know Tisha has been working on her ground game too. And you know, Tisha's a physically strong fighter. You know, Tisha's a physically strong fighter. So I don't really know if that's a fighter that you would want to go to the ground with. You know, she's really been like polishing up her skills. You know. So I really wouldn't want to go into clinch with somebody like Tisha Torres, because that's something she's been adding to her arsenal. And her coming forward now too, the way she was like coming forward on Brianna Van Buren and landing some hard body kicks. You know, she's really been getting stronger in there. If she could kind of do what Rose Namajunas did in like the rematch, just kind of keep her at bay and time Tisha Torres' attacks, you know, I think that would be best for Sammy Hughes going into this fight. You said Sammy Hughes needs to use her size. She definitely got to use her reach. She definitely got to use her reach in this one. Let's see, how tall is she? I want to just double check her height here. Sammy Hughes. Tisha's 5'1". Yeah, she's got a 4-inch height advantage, 64.5-inch reach. And what is Tisha Torres? Yeah, she's got a 3-inch height advantage, 3.5-inch reach advantage over Tisha. So her not just her size, but her length and them kicks and her own kicks and her jabs gonna have to come into play. So yeah, and for y'all that don't know, Angela Hill is out. Angela Hill's out due to positive COVID test, and like she said, hopefully she can run it back with Tisha in the future. But it'll probably look like she'll get another opponent in the future in 2021. Like after her next test again clears and she's cleared to fight, I could see Angela Hill either fighting somebody like let me see, maybe Jan again, because Jan is waiting for the Whaley Rose winner. So they might put Angela Hill there with like Jan or like the winner of Verna and Mackenzie Dern. I could see something like that happening. So yeah, I'm looking forward to this one. I think this fight's gonna be a little bit more interesting. I think there's gonna be more fireworks here because yeah, Sammy's an exciting fighter. She puts on some good fights. Let me check the comment section here. Let me see. Gary said he wants. Well, first, Ernest Gloria DePaula said on IG Live she's waiting for that call at this point. Stamina said Claudia is trending in the wrong direction. She doesn't deserve a Reboks fight. Yeah, I don't think she does either, but it would be nice to let Reboks get the name on her resume. If you look at it in that standpoint, look at it in that standpoint of Reboks, let her gain off of it. It's not Claudia deserving that fight. It's Reboks deserving the Claudia fight because Claudia is the veteran. So give Reboks that name, let Reboks beat her, and that'll elevate her up the rankings. Because Reboks, she's still coming up the rankings, so she needs these names. She needs these fighters. So it's more so her deserving the fight and not Claudia. That's how I see it. Just like when she beat Paige. You can't really say Paige didn't deserve a fight with Reboks. Reboks deserved that fight because she was a big name. That's her chance to really market herself by beating somebody who's popular on Instagram. You know what I mean? Gary says, "Stamp, I just want Claudia out of the UFC for good." Marcus, not so inspiring. Marcus De La Rosa was cut. Wow. Damn, Marcus De La Rosa was cut next. Yeah, that might do something to might make Montana a little bit upset now. You know what I mean? Like it might make her take her out of her game. Stamina said, Misha Tate announced that she has returned to training. Yeah, I saw that. And she said, I'm back. Yeah, I didn't ask for it. I didn't ask for that fight. Yes, Sam Hughes says has that wrestling. Ernest Richardson Torres is going to be fighting hard. She might be in that weird zone of safe and guaranteed release roster cut, so she needs to win. I think she might be aggressive in this fight, like she was with Brianna. She's been trying to come in there and finish people. Genesis said, I love my fam. Joe said, if she can stop the takedown, she will be good. Yeah, if she can stop takedowns and keep it standing, man, she'd be good. She would be good. Angela versus Marina Rodriguez / Gloria winner. Or you mean, yeah, either one of those. Yeah, Angela Hill versus Marina Rodriguez, that would be good. That would be interesting. Robert Henry, what's going on? What's going on? Was replacing the Rosa. Yeah, so shout out to Sammy Hughes. Like I said, another cool fighter. Making her debut. Win over Tisha would be big for her. That would be big. that would really push her in. I mean, wow, they put her in there with a veteran already. I mean, she has the skills, so she's got the skills to pull off the upset. So that'd be big for her. But yeah, latest news that Marcus Bell had a report, and right before I block him, I'm gonna let him hear this. But yeah, Michelle Waterson, she's out of her fight with Amanda Ribas, which was scheduled for UFC 257. And I really don't know why yet. Let me read the news here. Let's see. It says strawweight contender Michelle Waterson has been forced out of her upcoming fight against Reboks on January 23rd. Let's see. Details surrounding Waterson's withdrawal are not public at this time. But it says here that the former Invicta champion will be unable to compete in January as previously scheduled. So yeah, it says she's been forced out of this fight. No reasons on why she had to withdraw. So it definitely ain't no positive COVID test. It definitely doesn't have to do with COVID. I wonder if it's just an injury or something. And then it says there's no word yet on a replacement opponent for Reboks. That she looks to continue her 4-fight win streak. Wow, that sucks though, man. Because yeah, I think that was a similar situation. Like that was a big name for her. Michelle Waterson was a big name for her, and so was Claudia would be too. I think they're like on the same level that could do a lot for both of those names could do a lot for her career. She could say, oh, I beat Paige, I beat this popular fighter, I beat another popular fighter. Not necessarily best skill fighter, but popular fighter, So looking at it in that aspect, she would have like some big names that way, get more exposure. Yeah, it doesn't say anything right now. It just says she was forced out of the fight. And I know what you're getting at right there, Stamina. She was forced out of her fight due to debilitating fit of quacking her alarm. Loss of feathers. Oh, we all know what that means. Okay. I got you, Stamina. Lack of water, huh? Lack of water out there. Robert Henry said, I think Cotton's submission defense is underrated. I think she did a good job down there against Kayla. Just needs to improve. Also, I agree with Marcus that she needs to be in better shape. Yeah, I really hope she can put all that together. Takedown defense, just come in with better conditioning, strength and conditioning, and she be set. Stamina Mr. De La Rosa got cut a while ago. I thought his last fight was nigh on 6 months ago. I don't hold much for the Baez family quite yet either. Yeah, I think his last fight was on the same card with Montana, if I'm correct. I think him and Montana had a fight that same night on the Vivian card, if I remember correctly. I think they were on that same fight night. A fight card, excuse me. I think it was. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if this is some type of injury or what with Michelle Waterson. I know Andrea Lee, she had a broken nose. Like she actually posted a picture. Like, I mean, I couldn't really tell her nose was broken on IG, but yeah, like she posted up that she had a broken nose. She stated, and that's why she's out of her fight. But I wonder what it is with Waterson though, man. Like, why was she forced out of this fight? Like I said, no COVID test. Was it an injury? And I just hope that Amanda doesn't have to I hope Amanda doesn't have to, be dropped from the card. I mean, this is a month out, so hopefully she can find an opponent. So who do y'all got? Names. Who do y'all want to see Amanda Reboks in there with? Who's going to replace Michelle Waterson? They actually don't have to reach out. They don't need to reach out to like any other organizations right now. I mean, I'm glad they did that for Sam Hughes, but you got a lot of fighters in the strawweight division that could give Reboks a good fight. Who do y'all got? I'll start. Go ahead and let her go in there and fight Corey McKenna. What about that? I just want to see her go in there and look good and give work if she got to fight a relate replacement. Corey McKenna. All right, Gary Baldwin said Marina Rodriguez. That's a good one. Marina Rodriguez. I know y'all want to see her. I know y'all want to see her give work to Kay Hansen too. I know there's some people here that want. Like I'm trying to play matchmaker and manager to Amanda right now. That's why I'm trying to give her names that can blow her up. I know she got the skill, so I wanna blow her up. So I'm trying to give her names that people hype up. People are hyping up fighters like they did with Paige. We fed her Paige, Michelle Waterson. That would have been a good fight to her to put her on the map. Now, let's see. Who else did I just say? Kay Hansen. Let's throw Kay Hansen. Uh, that's the point, Stamina. We're trying to make our fighter look good here. Like I'm not trying to give her a hard fight if she got a replacement coming in. I'm trying to build her name up right here. Yeah, Corey McKenna. I want to put her in there with her. But I like Corey. Why am I doing that? I like Corey McKenna. She did beat Kay Hansen though. I like her, man. Yeah, I won't do that. Yeah, let's go with Marina Rodriguez then. Let's go with Marina Rodriguez. Robert Henry said Marina. Ernest Richardson said Marina was jumping up and down the table for Claudia. Marcus said poor Corey. All right, man. It's Amanda Lemos and Amanda Ribas. That's another good one. That's another good one. Lemos is a strong hitter too, man. Amanda, she's a strong hitter, like strong kicks, strong punches. She's got some length on her too. Robert Henry said that's how you reward Corey for beating Hanson. You feed her the Reeboks. Oh man, hold on. All right, there we go. I think it's back. Damn, OBS be acting up. Y'all can hear me now, right? It was OBS issues. I'm back. Okay. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know, man. OBS be doing that stuff, man. All right, so Robin Henry said, "Come on, that's how you reward Corey for beating Hanson. You feed her the Reeboks. I thought you were heartless, brother." I was being heartless. I tried to change my mind, but yeah, I was being heartless. I can stick with it though. Yeah, we'll keep her in there. Stammer said any news are a waste of Reboss's appearance. We need a valuable scout for Claudia. Joanna not happening. Nobody else has credibility. It'll just be a fight. Yeah, I told you. See, yeah, yeah, Claudia. Then yeah, because I know you felt like Claudia didn't deserve the fight, but yeah, see, Claudia's a name. Claudia's a scout for her. I'm telling you. Like I stand with Claudia. I would rather it be Reboks versus Claudia. I'd go with that fight before I go with McKenna. Definitely, I'd rather that fight happen because that's another name. But yeah, the Joanna fight, that's not happening. No. Claudia or Carla, either one of those names would be good at this point. UFC have a fighter at Reboks that is literally no parallel equal for momentum, personality, marketability, just to make her fight whoever would be the worst decision ever. There really is no whoever in the strawweight division. Like that's how I think of it, stamina. Like there really is no whoever in the strawweight division. That's what makes it such a good division. Like you got skilled fighters, then you got the hyped up fighters. But then you got the skilled slash hyped fighters. You got fighters like Joanna that have hype and skill. Then you got fighters who have skill, like Marina Rodriguez. And then you got hype fighters like Kay Hansen. So wherever you put her is a win-win at this moment, at the beginning of January. Wherever you put her, she's winning. But if you do want to just look at the rankings, if you want to go by the rankings and push her up the rankings, then yeah, we could go with Claudia or Carla, either one of those fights. But yeah, I almost think like whoever is like when you're talking flyweights, like you need a direct path in the flyweight division because there really is no in between or any like benefits. Just shoot your way up the ladder in the flyweight division. But yeah, strawweight, I feel like everybody has some kind of value, some type of value for you if you're still considered a prospect. You know, there's a lot of whoever's lots of them got signed this year. Oh yeah, we're not talking about the. I'm not counting the fighters that's been signed this year. I'm even talking about the fighters just in the top 15, or if you're just looking at those ones at specific height. But I'm not. Yeah, I'm not even looking at like those ones that have been just signed this year. I mean, even if you want somebody one level or two levels below Reboks at this point, I'm not even counting them. Yeah, I mean the ones that do have the hype already that people are already trying to look at. She could go ahead and blow them out the water and make you say, "Nah, all eyes on me." Gary Ball said Loma or Lamos for Rebus if we're talking about unranked fighters. Yeah, fighters like them, I feel like Loma is starting to build up a name for herself. Loma is really like Loma's may not be at the top, but Loma has like something going for her. Like I'm just following her on Instagram. I follow her in there. I'm like, man, like you got fighters from Muay Thai, kickboxing that aren't even in the UFC that love to follow her and just like acknowledge her. So she has some type of backing and some type of value. You know, and she can do this in the meantime. I mean, because Rebus, there's really no rush because Whaley and Rose haven't even come to an agreement, to finalize this fight. So Belt's not going anywhere. There's really no need for her to rush right now. Always polish up those skills. You know, Tatiana Torres, unfortunately, she's out of the rankings right now. I think with the right moves, Reboks she'll be pushed up the rankings eventually, sometime in the summer. Nina Azaroff is going to be out of the rankings too. Jessica Andrade's out of there too. Um, Reboks 27 years old. Okay, let's see. Loma is friends with Izzy. Yeah, yeah, Gary. stamina, but that's also a bad call. If we can agree, few fighters have buzz. Having one buzzy fighter kill another fighter's buzz is a terrible idea. Shades of Jillian Robertson. That fight shouldn't have happened then. No, I don't think that's a terrible idea. I mean, to me, that's what makes people step up their game. You know, killing another fighter's buzz is the same as taking their shine, and that's why he do it. You know, that's gonna make both of these fighters step up to the plate, whether it's for a belt or it's for exposure. Whether it's for a belt or exposure, to me, whatever level it's on, you got to fight hard. You know, you got to fight hard and you got to take that other person's shine. That's what it's all about. That's why I agree with Robert Henry. When Robert Henry was talking about Corey McKenna not wanting to take the shine of Kay Hansen, you know, that didn't sound right. You know, sound like she didn't want to take her shine. I'm like, hell yeah, you should want to take her shine. That's why we putting you in here. You know, you got to show who's the best. You know, you got to outshine this fighter. You know, you got to outshine him. You got to beat him. So, yeah, Jillian Robertson versus Macy Barber. Yeah, that fight should have happened. I mean, that let us know where Jillian Robertson stands as a striker. You know, that lets her know where she stands as a striker. So whatever level you're on, I'm like, yo, best fight the best out of each of these levels. The best on the prospect level has to win, and they elevate to the contender status and so on, you know. Yeah, but I know what you mean. Few fighters do have buzz, but um, if you can kill that fighter's buzz right there, man, that does more for you. And it is a dog eat dog sport. It ain't gonna be, oh man, we can ride to the top together with this. You know, somebody got to be more popular. Apples and oranges. Hanson McKenna doesn't equal Robertson Barber. Doesn't equal that. Why not? You give me your reason why not. You know, I'll give you mine. Why it is kind of similar. But Ernest Richardson said, yeah, Jan is a holding pattern to fight Wei Lee after Rose. Her getting moved up 5 spots the rankings was a telltale sign. Yeah. Jan just did an interview talking about it too. So yeah, Jan's not fighting outside the top 10. Nah, like the next fight she wants, she's big on that fight where she want that Rose fight. I always have one lone person that thumbs down my video, and I'm starting to kind of figure out who it might be. It's just crazy because it always comes in at like a certain specific time. Did y'all know that? And it's got to be the same person. Like I'm just kind of looking and reading into it, but it's always just one lone person. It's always one lone person that just thumbs it down, like, because it's the only one too. So I know it's got to be just one person that'll just come on to do it. Like, it don't bother me none, but I'm just saying it's funny that it always comes on at that certain time. So that one person goes out of the way to thumbs down the video. Like I said, I don't really feed into it, but it's just funny how it always pops up. It's just funny. But yeah, I was on here a little longer than I wanted to be. But yeah, we have an interesting conversation though, about where Reboks needs to go. But all in all, because the former noobs, Macy and Jillian generated their buzz with their previous wins. Corey and Kay were talked about because they were new and young mainly. I think, but Kay Hansen had buzz though. Kay Hansen had buzz over at Invicta. That's what really got her signed. Because if you think about it, it wasn't really Kay Hansen's skill that pushed her into the UFC. It was more so her buzz that a lot of people were starting to like, her fan friendly style, if you will. You know, Kay Hansen did have some she did have some buzz over there just off of what she was doing. Because, you know, if that was the case, Aaron Blanchfield should have got signed before her. If we were just going off of completely like skill and, you know, buzz off of their real wins, signature wins, then we would have put Aaron Blanchfield in the UFC first. But I think they were just kind of going off of what she was doing. But she had some buzz behind her. Robert said, "Don't matter. It still increases the attention to the channel." Yeah, yeah. Like I said, I don't care. I mean, it's just funny. It's always one person that does it, and it just kind of singles a person out. So I'm like, huh? I'm like, why? Why take the time to always do it at a specific time? So, but yeah, Marcus. If Yon continues to wait, she'll have to deal with Joanna. Boy, that'd be a good fight. Cause Joanna coming back too. Joanna really look like she training hard. I know Joanna gets on a lot of people's nerves, but man, like I like what she brings to the table as a fighter, though. You know, she is exciting. I know she's seen better days, but I don't think she's like completely gone yet. I know we all think about that head. We all think about that head back in what, January, but still. Gary said Kay Hansen getting signed before Aaron makes no sense. It don't. But they were just kind of looking at her because she was a more fighter that they could push. They felt like she had like popularity that she could really bring in. You see. But yeah, I'm about to get off in here. I'm about to get off here in about 6 minutes. Um, Probably jump back on tomorrow. Like I said, I jump back on tomorrow and talk about some more WMMA stuff. Like I said, just gotta push the sport more. Just gotta be out here talking about what's going on in the sport more. I want to talk about 2021, man. Just like what we need in 2021. What fights do we need in 2021 tomorrow? That's what I'm gonna talk about. Yeah, tomorrow we got to talk about what fights we really want to see made. All all weight divisions, all organizations. What fights do we need? Yeah, Gary, she is more skilled, but apparently she wasn't more marketable in their eyes. You know, they were kind of looking at the look of Kay Hansen. You know, she had the look that the UFC wanted. And I mean, they're both about the same age. And you got to remember, Aaron Blanchfield has a win over Kay Hansen too. So yeah, again, that don't make sense. That was a good fight too. I remember I saw it, I was like, Aaron's gonna win this, and she won it. Yeah, that's number one, Marcus. That's number one on the list. We need that fight. Stamina said Kay has a look. That's a yikes for me, dog. Well, you know, come on, come on, Stamina. You know what the majority out there likes. You know what the majority. You know I know you joking, but I'm just saying, man. You know what it is. Kay has a look, just like Ronda Rousey had a look. Ronda Rousey had a look. Um, yeah. So yeah, they had a look. It's a yikes from you, like I said. Yeah, from our perspective. I mean, I ain't trying to be mean. Like no, not like that. I'm not going for it, but I'm just saying that that's not what I go for. But yeah, yeah, the UFC. Come on, what's the demographic of UFC fans? What type of UFC fan would really find that type of fighter attractive? That's what it is. Stamina said we need Tatiana to return for Joanna to go back to 125 and put these on notice. That's what we need in 2021. Yeah, that's true. TJ 347, he said he agreed with Stamina on the Kayla comment. Yeah, I agree with you too, man. It's just it's funny, but yeah, it's true, man. Like she has a look. It ain't a look that we talking about, but it's a look. Right. See, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. See, Gary, we know that. We know a prime Ronda is better than Kay Hansen, but look what Robert just said. There is no ambition like a blonde one. Dollars. That's what I'm talking about. Money. Mighty, mighty dollar. That dollar bill. That's what I'm talking about. Cedric C, what about Tracy Cortez? She can be a star. Yeah. She could be a star. But I mean, see, Stamina, I guess it's something here in the States, man. You said must be nice to be mainstream. Yeah, man. To us, it's just like, look, we see it. That's a mainstream thing. Like blonde hair, blue eyes, fair skin. That's it. That's gonna be the look. I mean, Robert said it right there. There is no ambition. There is no ambition like a blonde one. Yeah. Oh, you talking about looks, Gary? Oh, I don't know about I don't even know about them two, man. I don't even put that up there. I don't know. I don't really see Ronda like that either. So Stamina says she's got to look folks like, but she's got to be winning and be personable. There's a point they can hold on to it for a while though, because I mean, um, Paige held on to hers for as long as she could. Paige held on to that bad boy as long as she could. Um, Tracy Cortez, yeah, she gonna have to find a niche as far as like what she brings to the table besides the looks. She's got to be a fighter too. She's got to be a fighter. You got to go in there. You got to make make the men fans want you. Well, let me see. How do I put this? You got to make those fans really really attracted to you at the same time. Look good at what you do. I think Rose Namajunas had a good balance of that. Without trying too hard. Rose attractive. But definitely highly skilled too at the same time and very confident in herself, not overdoing it. Yeah, Gary Baldwin. Tracy Cortez is more skilled than Rachel, no doubt. Yeah, yeah, no doubt. All right, TJ said Valentina stops ducking Roxy in 2021. Y'all got answers for that? Stamina, Robert, y'all got answers for that? Valentina stops ducking Roxy in 2021. You know, I gotta let the big bullet fans take care of that, man. Valentina's gonna stop ducking in 2021. Come on, y'all handle that, man. Tell me what y'all think. Yeah, I agree with that stamina. Rose still has her legions. Yes, she does. Yeah, when she cut her hair, it didn't kill anything. I mean, in my opinion, I still think she looks attractive with without the hair too. Um, yeah, stamina knows better. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. Don't take the bait. All right, who said Lipsky was a can? Hold on, let me go back up here. Look what happened to Lipsky. Looked good, but she's a can. Damn, Cedric, man, Lipsky ain't no can. Lipsky is not a can. Lipsky's got some skill, man. She can still get some wins in there. I tell you, she can still get some wins. She can still pull off an upset or two. She ain't what we thought she would be. Maybe that. I mean, yeah, we could say that, but that doesn't make her a can. I mean, can is a, bro, can. I can't even I can't even describe her as like what makes her a can. No, like she just comes up short. She just lacks some skill. But she has some skill to get up into the UFC. That counts for something. I mean, she'll still choke out a lot of people and knock out some people out here. So Antonita smoked her. Antonita had a little bit of trouble there though. Antonita had to take it to the ground on her. Antonita is a Muay Thai fighter, but she got hit with some big right hands. I mean, she made the adjustment, but Antonita, Antonita got hit with a couple of good right hands in there. In the bin with that trash take, y'all. You will not type nonsense like that again if you try your hardest. Yeah, I agree with that, TJ. Yeah, I won't call anyone a can who can whip my behind. Exactly. Yeah, TJ, I agree with that. I'm not calling anybody can if they can whip my ass. Like Lipsky might not be able to knock me out, but she could probably choke me out. You know what I mean? Like she could probably submit me, get me to the ground and submit me. So any fighter that can do that, now I won't say it to me like I'm some type of high skill fighter, nothing like that. But I'm just saying like I'm not calling anybody a can who got to the UFC and I'm not in there. I know it's just opinions. I'm just saying, man. Like I'm just putting it into perspective for you, man. Like don't call somebody a can that you can't say it to their face. That's all I'm saying. Like if you can't say it on here and be confident, like when you get to their face and say yo Ariane, you a can, and not expect to get your behind whooped or choked out, and then you can't say that. Like you think I would go up to some of these fighters, man, boxing and say, man, you can't hit worth a damn. Stammer said, "Oh, you're one of those numbers guys. I get it. Records are not fights. A fight could really be dominant or really competitive and still be scored 30-27. She's cool, but she ain't that girl. No, I would if I lived in Vegas. I'd call Mike Perry a can. Now that's my exception, Cedric. I'm glad you mentioned that. That's one exception. That's one exception. I would call him a can. And any type of attack he gonna bring, I'm gonna be ready to counter. Because when I approach Mike Perry, if I approach Mike Perry, I'm gonna go in the mind frame that I'm gonna lay hands on him. You know what I mean? I'm gonna go in that mind frame that I'm gonna be, I'm gonna be thumping. Stamina. It don't gotta be binary X or Y scenario. There are levels, gradients. Then again, I'm like everyone else. Never call a fighter a can, right? Never call him a can or a bum. Like Lima Lay, is she a champion in the UFC? No. Man, yeah, Mike Perry, he's probably the only one that's gonna get that can comment. But yeah, yo, yeah, 2021, man. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna talk about this tomorrow. I get back on here around the same time tomorrow. We're gonna talk fights that we want to see next year. Gary Ball and fat heavyweights are 70% cans in MMA. Damn, damn, boy, you asking for it. Fat heavyweights are 70% cans in MMA. Ooh, you are asking for it, man. You just don't know, man. Some of them big heavyweights, boy, they be having some stamina I ain't never seen before on a big boy. Stamina. You are trying to put them squares up with Perry Hunt combo. I put them squares. Oh shoot, man! Look, the dude talk a lot, man. You know what I mean? I mean, he hit on he punched the old man. Look, I ain't gonna be no I ain't gonna be no I ain't gonna be no mean for him. Like he's the only one fighter I would do that to. Like don't really have respect for him. When it comes down to that, I don't like you punch an old man and you just be trying to say the N word too. Like I really don't have respect for a person like that. That I will say. Robert, anyone, woman that can at least give me trouble, if not beat me, I have to respect on some level. I just talk about certain fighters compared to others, but never bums or losers. Yeah. Marcus, you heard that dumb question that one of those interviewers asked Juliana and I quote, if you win the title, will you smile more? What kind of question is that? But I don't know, man. That's who they that's who they interview for. Cedric C, is Felice Herrig a can to you? No. Felice Herrig is not a can. Have you seen her background as a fighter in a combat sports? I mean, a bad knee. Go read what happened to her knee on Instagram too, man. Like, go and read about her knee on Instagram. Like, she's been going through some things, so I definitely wouldn't call her a can. Like, she just never reached championship level, but she was a contender at some point, and then she was a gatekeeper at some point. But now, she's just inactive because what happened to her knee. I don't want to go into the details. I mean, she posted it up there, but I mean, you can read it. Yeah, she's not a can, man. She never was. She has a background in combat sports, long time, long resume. So yeah, Felice ain't a can. I mean, she just doing what she got to do now, and it just seems like the newer generation just sees her as this model. But I've been seeing her like she did this Tough House show. I think it was boxing like 10 years ago. That's how long I've been seeing her. I've been seeing her for like 10, 15 years. If I want to say, if I think it was like 10, 15 years, man. Like, see, that's how old I'm getting. See, I be forgetting. But yeah, I remember seeing Felice and Carla Esparza way back, like before there was even women in the UFC, like when they were Muay Thai fighters and she was like a boxer or whatever. But yeah, she was on this boxing reality show way back. Yeah, so she's not a can, man. She's got skills. Stammen said, I hear you. You're just not the type to free up opinions like that much. In my limited experience, I got no time for the guy myself. Yeah, like Stammen, that's the only person I'll make an exception for. Yeah, like my personal opinion. Yeah, like anybody that starts talking out of their neck about race and things like that, I will speak on. Like, and if you disrespect older people, like older men, and you try to be a bully, I do, yeah, speak out on that because that's the whole point of self-defense in combat sports to me. Like, is to defend yourself against bullies. Whole point of learning self-defense for me, just for racist people and bullies, so I liken the two stamina. So yeah, that's the only time I give you my opinion on stuff like that, or if you ask me for my opinion on something. I wouldn't be surprised if Verna does win with her BJJ. It's open. It's definitely open for that, man. Marcus, I was looking at some of her BJJ tournaments from like 8, 9 years ago, and I was like, yeah, she got skills, bro. Uh, TJ, did somebody really ask her that? That's a dumb question. Valentina, are you a spy? Did somebody really ask her that question, TJ? Asking it once was worth the smirk. It became a meme, though, with those goofy joiners. Not being an elite fighter in the premier organization doesn't make you a can. Exactly. Yeah, don't make you a can, man. Don't make you a can. Gary Baldwin, Felice is a ghost. She appears and then disappears. You crazy. Yeah, Stanford. Felice is not a can. If anything, the game just sort of passed her by. Yeah, like she has a long history in combat sports, but maybe the time that she just came into the UFC, styles have evolved, her legs have gone, her knees are gone, and then you got so many hungry champions out there that were just surpassing her. Even Paige Van Zandt beat her. So yeah, Mike Perry's the definition of a fighter loser. Yeah, like if you don't respect the fight game and you don't respect, like I said, people that don't like you, if you don't respect people like that, then I can't really respect you then. Denise, what did I say? Felice. Oh, Felice knows how to market herself. Could teach lots of these ladies something. Yeah, man. Like Felice has a big following. She's good, and she might not be where we want to see her in the fight game, or where y'all want to put her at to say she's got to be this to be the best. But yeah, she definitely she got a following. She's got a good marketing blueprint in front of her. Marcus said the game is definitely past Alexis Davis by. Yeah, man, Alexis Davis, boy, she been in some wars, man. She remind me of one of them throwback fighters in boxing, man. That just be, fighting. They just be fighting. Fighters, what's her record like? Got like 10 losses on there. Let me look it up. Hold on. Let's see. Yeah, Alexis Davis is 19-10. Yeah, so she is like one of them throwback fighters, man. She's going down here. She's on a 3-fight losing streak in the flyweight division. She got a win over Liz Carmouche, lost to Caitlin, Maya, Vivian back to back. So yeah, man, like, and she could still pull off the upset here and there. She's one of those fighters. Yes, damn, I just pulled her up. 19-10. A record of like, she definitely got a who's who on her record. Everybody from Tanya Evinger, Nunes, wins over Nunes and Tanya Evinger, fights with Shayna Baszler, Ronda Rousey. So yeah, she's like a throwback fighter, Throwback fighters like them, they can pull off an upset if you're not prepared, or if you underestimate them. Thoughts on Liz Carmouche? I like Liz Carmouche. Okay, I think she's a physically strong fighter. The strength she shows, but I don't think the UFC should have cut her. I still think that she was like top 10. She was definitely better than some of the top 10 fighters in the flyweight division. Like, they should have kept her. I really think they should have kept her. Liz Carmouche is not much fun to watch, but she's no joke in there. I respect her, but I don't admire. Yeah, she's not a lot of fun to watch, but she gets the job done. She gets the job done. Like, not a lot of people appreciate that style, but I like her. I never had anything against her. That's why I was like, why the hell did they cut her off of one loss? TJ said win over Nunes. Nunes didn't lose. Okay, Angel. All right, Angel Garcia. He said Nunes didn't lose. Angel Garcia, yeah, man. Oh man, Nunes didn't lose. Mishi Tate is out of retirement, but I have a feeling if she gets back into the cage, Misha's going to remember why she retired. Most definitely. Most definitely, man. Misha Tate come back out of retirement. She's going to learn something, man. Like, who could she fight at the one in the bantamweight division? Like, if she returned, like, where would she return? Back in the lower part of the rankings in the UFC or what? Because if Misha Tate was to come back now and fight somebody like even like Sajara Eubank or Julia Avila, she gonna get reintroduced to like hungry fighters again. You know what I mean? Somebody like Julia Avila gonna show her what a young lion is like in there. And Macy Chiasson got that power, boy. Macy Chiasson got that power that you don't want to mess with. So it's really not a good idea. TJ said a lot of these fighters should be in lower tier promotions. Their records are misleading. Yeah, I agree with that, man. Cause I agree with that because there are a lot of fighters I think they rush in that you just don't you just never heard about, and you're like, wait a minute, where did they come from? Like these late replacement fighters, like what was her name, Shakarova? Shakarova, she came from a lower tier organization. They put her in there with Lauren Murphy, and she gets finished in the second round. Norma Dumont, she's actually kind of, she's showing us something at 135, hopefully. But she kind of came out of nowhere too. Norma Dumont came out of nowhere, and same with her. You kind of see that maybe they're not ready for the UFC. Because that's what Dana's been doing. Like, Dana's been just like, every time somebody pulls out, he grabs like a late replacement from another organization. Just right off top. That's why, yeah, like, some of them really shouldn't be here yet, just to be honest. Stamina said once that nose gets broke, she'll go back to being a parent. Gary Tate should stay retired for good, yeah, for her own good. Stamina, could she even make 135 at this point? Would she want to? Yeah, I don't know about that. Ashley Evans for an opponent. Robert Henry Liz is a very smart, calculated fighter. Valentina did a great job offsetting her rhythm by confusing her in the octagon all night. Yeah. Speaking of Avila, she got star appeal. Yeah, she do. I like Avila. She's pretty cool. That girl's a geologist too. You know that, Cedric? She's like a geologist and a fighter. TJ out of retirement, going where? One championship. She was ain't she a commentator for one? I think she is a commentator for one. Or is it Rising? I think it's one. Cedric C said I like Penny Kansan too, but she's quiet. I need to stop looking at records then. You don't need to stop looking at records, Cedric. I mean, it's like some of them are misleading because if you look at the fighter on there, you can tell who really was like a fighter worth something. Like you can tell, like when a record is padded versus somebody who's fighting somebody. Somebody that got names on there. So yeah, you still got to look at the record. So yeah, you can make judgments by the records, but I mean not all the time. But it still helps, especially I just use records as like a reference. Like I watch fights. Yes, stamina. You said watch the fights, not the records. I look at fights, of course, but sometimes I just like to put them back in chronological order. That's about all I use it for. But if you do see like a lot of names on a person's resume, you can tell who has experience and who doesn't. But it don't work all the time. Like it's, you know, I was telling Coach I felt that Jan would beat Claudia just off of her momentum and what she was bringing to the table. But he felt Claudia was going to beat Jan Xiaonan because of the resume. But I said, nah, man. I said, Jan's going to win this fight. I mean, you just can't look at her resume, say she fought a bunch of nobodies, but Jan was just going to come in there with the right style and the right momentum to beat her. And she did. All wins and losses are not created equal, right? Why do you really like Miranda Maverick? What you see in her? The girl got what did she say? Gary Maverick needs to work on her speed. What do I see in her? IQ, and that's something you really don't see in a lot of young fighters. It ain't the power, it ain't necessarily the speed. Like Miranda Maverick has a good IQ. She's a fighter that actually goes in there and tries to figure an opponent out, makes the right adjustment to whatever it is they do, expose weakness. She did that in the Invicta, her run in Invicta. She was able to. She won some and lost some, but like when she win that tournament, she blasted through it. She fought smart. Yeah, that's why I see in her, man. I see her IQ. That's important. Not the power, not necessarily. I mean, the striking is good. Her wrestling is good, but overall, just her IQ and her strength. Yeah, they step up a level of comp too soon. Yeah. Cedric said, I want to see Amanda Lemos back in there too. Definitely want to see more out of Lemos. She looked nasty at last. Yeah. What was that one? The girl from China she beat. I actually picked that. Picked that Chinese girl to beat her too. I can't remember her name. Hold on, I gotta look it up. Amanda Lemos, Inoue. Yeah, I actually picked Inoue to win that fight too. But yeah, Lemos she came in there and she did some work. I know y'all remember that Miranda Granger submission win for Amanda Lemos last year too, man. Like when she choked out she choked out Miranda Granger in the first round. Man. Yeah, you know what? I knew that too, Stamina. My bad, Stamina. I was profiling. My bad. Hold on. My connection was acting up here. All right, here we go. All right, I'm back. All right, I don't know that damn OBS. Yeah, yeah, Stamina. Yeah, Stamina. I was profiling, man. Yeah, because there's a boxer named Inoue, and I know he's Japanese, so I should know better. I should know better than that. There's just a lot of Chinese fighters that's taking over the strawweight division too, man. So yeah, Marina Granger's having a tough time right now. You know, is this a decent fight for Harrison? It could be. Oh man, but Joe said she's been out of the octagon for about 2 years, but I think she can make it interesting, man. I think she could win the fight. If she keeps the fight standing, uses her takedown defense, and she uses her striking or her boxing, man, like she needs to get Kayla Harrison's respect. She got to get that respect early and get her out of there, in my opinion. Don't give Kayla Harrison a chance to, make them adjustments and try to, get you to the ground. Courtney King made that mistake, got taken to the ground, and got busted up. Yeah, Stamina. That fight was very uneventful, man. Granger and Yoder. Yeah, Yoder and Granger. That was a very it was an uneventful fight. It was an uneventful fight. Boring to casual fans, but Yoder had to get the job done some way. But yeah, somebody like Granger has the skills. I really wish she would have committed to her hands a little bit more. She definitely had the power to hurt Ashley Yoder, but she just didn't get the job done. She didn't fight at a good range. Granger might be another fighter that needs to work on some more things before she, really comes back to the UFC. That's another fighter like that. Gary Baldwin said, Cedric, no, Harrison is ducking. She talks more. She talks more than she does. That doesn't sit well with some folks. So if she went to a big name league, would that help? If she went to a big league, I don't think she would, because I don't think the confidence that Kayla Harrison speaks is really showcasing in the skill yet, if that makes sense. Like calling out Chris Cyborg or even mentioning Nunez's name or any of these fighters' names, it's really something she shouldn't be doing right now, because she doesn't have the skill to beat a Chris Cyborg right now. Call out names more in your field. Take out featherweights or lightweights more in your field, or go to Bellator and fight the featherweights there, and then you can talk. Then you can talk like that. But right now, Gary Ball said Harrison fight Cyborg. No, man, she's not ready for that. Yeah, she's not ready for that. She just needs to fight like the best names in these organizations. Fight somebody like Chelsea Chandler, who's considered one of the top featherweights in Invicta. Go to Bellator. Challenge yourself against the top 10 in their featherweight division, and go from there. That's why I say, like, what she's saying is not really catching up to what she's showing. The actions aren't catching up with the words. I mean, you know. Yeah, TJ. Chelsea Chandler, I talked to her, man. She wanted that fight though. So that's a good starting point though. She may not be ready for Chandler. Like, we could say that. Like, I feel like Chandler could beat her, but that's the level that she needs to be at. Not Cyborg. Cyborg is way up there. Like, Chelsea Chandler is a realistic fight. For somebody that talks like Kayla Harrison, Chelsea Chandler is a realistic fight. Yeah, if she stopped cherry picking that would help. Yeah, because that would really put a lot of people on notice with it. They would say, "Damn, she closing the year out with some big fights," but it's more so just stay busy fights. Or why don't Nunez do a super fight? A super fight with who? A rematch with Chris Cyborg, or a super fight with Kayla? Who? A super fight with who? Yeah, Stamina said who exactly? Clarissa, no. Clarissa definitely not, because Clarissa hasn't even had a fight yet. You know, that's not even a super fight yet. I mean, off a name and just to try to milk somebody like uh to milk somebody like Clarissa, that's all you could say that would be. But no, that's not a super fight. And Chris Cyborg ain't a super fight for her either, because she's not ready for it. Chris Cyborg, that's not realistic. Not with the moves she's making. Nah, man. Neither of those names make a drop of sense. Yeah, yeah, man. Like if you're still on Earth, there's no need for you to try to call out somebody on Mars, man. Somebody who's doing it big. Somebody who's like galaxies above you. They reaching the stars. Nunez reached the stars. Cyborg reaching the stars, man, with their game. So somebody here who can't even get their spaceship off the ground, don't be calling up there, man. You can't reach. Yeah, we are fans, all of us here. We don't want to see that nonsense. No, I mean, I think everybody in here, Marcus, Robert, TJ, Stamina, everybody in here don't want to see that, and they don't consider that super fights. Yeah, casuals need separating from fans in word and in deed, or in word and deed. Yeah, I don't like that, man. Yeah, that's super fight. There ain't no super fights for Kayla because I think it was Coach said that we were comparing we were comparing television numbers because I said Terrence Crawford as a boxer, television numbers he does 1 to 2 million views, whereas Kayla Harrison only does like 100,000 views on TV. So that's not really even that's not even somebody a lot of people are seeking to see. So she's not a super fight. When you really thinking like fans demanding that, no, like Kayla's not a super fight. Nunez versus Cyborg in a rematch, that's a super fight. Stuff like that. Valentina versus let's say if Valentina stepped up to fight Chris Cyborg, that would be considered a super fight. You know what I mean? Like if two fighters on these high levels as far as skills. Clarissa don't even got warp drive. Not yet, man. Nope, 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 nope. Nunez Shields is pay-per-view worthy. Pay-per-view worthy. That's very similar to Conor McGregor versus Floyd Mayweather. I mean, just on the sideshow antics. I mean, nah, I wouldn't want to see that. I'm gonna have Shields go in there 0-0 against a MMA fighter. Valentine size a stupid fight. As a fan of fights, how many pay-per-views are sold influences my enjoyment of the combat. Not one bit. Is completely irrelevant. That would be more super, TJ. That would be more super than a what was I saying? Kayla Harrison, Shields fight. Yeah, just not thinking of guys like us, but a pay-per-view. Nunez Shields looks really good. African American women versus the goat. Um, I don't know, man. Like, got to be more than just an African American woman. I mean, I know she's the best in boxing, but you got to have something more to stand on. If anything, let's be realistic. The harsh truth, man. Like Americans here, don't really support Clarissa like that. She actually has odds against her when you bring that stuff up, which sucks though. You know, that's what I'm saying. Like when people are looking against that, but she's the best in boxing, but she would still have to have more off of her name than just being that label that you just said right there. You know, it's got to be the best versus the best in MMA. Yeah, I don't want Clarissa to die in a cage. No, best in boxing. Yeah, it would put my eyes on her if they really fought, but it won't happen. Not right now. Clarissa can't beat any woman on the screen. Stop with the nudist dog. Yeah, because where Clarissa stands right now, you know, Kayla's got more experience, so Kayla Harrison would still beat her. Josette Cotton could beat her right now. You know, Josette Cotton could beat her. Girls like Sammy Hughes and Tisha Torres might outwork her. You know, they're not gonna like manhandle her, like pick her up and grapple her, but they might put work on her. You know, they're gonna put some quick hands and feet on Clarissa right now, because Clarissa's still in the learning process. You know, Clarissa's in the learning process, man. It's not like she could go in there and look good against even the lowest ranked fighter in PFL. Right here, yo. Let's see. I say the promo girls are 60-40. Tisha Torres beats her right now. Beats Clarissa right now, right? Yeah, I mean, that's just the harsh truth, because she knows that. Cause think about it, no matter how big the person is, no matter how big that person is, if you ain't got no training in MMA, then that fighter, they see you as food. You know, Tisha Torres, she's gonna go in there and work Clarissa. You know, she knows to stay away from her grip. She knows to stay away from her power, and she knows she doesn't know how to throw kicks, and she doesn't know how to throw strikes the way a striker should throw in MMA. So she would be piecing Clarissa up. I'm just being honest, you know. Same with Sammy Hughes, same with Josette Cotton, Kayla Harrison would take her to the ground, you know. There's a lot to learn, man. Roger, what's going on? Bullet TKO. What's going on? You just have a skewed view of what constitutes interesting, is all, Cedric. Uh, Tisha pulls a Jessica Andrade. Oh, wow. She pulls Jessica Andrade. All right, good night, Savage. Good night, Robert Henry. I will see you. Well, I'll probably be going tomorrow, like I said. I want to see Bullet versus Andrade. Now you're talking realistic, Cedric. I do want to see that. I favor Valentina all the way, but it still be a good fight. Now that's realistic. Uh-oh, TJ said the most generous man in MMA fandom, Roger Allen, has arrived. Yes, sir. Andrade brings pressure. Yes, she does. But I'm gonna do my breakdown on this thing, man, because Dana White, he did say something crazy, saying that Valentina's never seen anything that Jessica Andrade's brought before. Come on, man. Like, Jessica Andrade is tough, strong, got the best heart in the game, but she hasn't brought anything new to the table. She's relentless with what she has, but she doesn't bring like a different. She doesn't bring anything different to the table that Valentina's never seen before. You know, she didn't bring anything new to Rose either. She was just really relentless with it. You know, when she was dedicated. Ravioli, ravioli. I seen what's going on, ravioli, ravioli. I've seen Misha Tate was returning. Yeah, we were talking about that earlier, man. Like, I don't know. I don't know if it's like really, really returning. I mean, she said she was back as far as training, but I really don't see like the UFC signing her at this point while they're trying to cut like 60 people. TJ, he said, I'm very charitable. Yeah, Misha choked out Holly. That was like what, 5 years ago? And I think Holly could beat Misha Tate right now if she came back. So, and you got to remember, Holly was beating her for like the majority of that fight. She was fighting smart that fight till she just slipped up and made a mistake. So, yeah, that was about 5 years ago now, right? But yeah, Andrade, yeah, like I said, she brings pressure, but it's nothing new, man. Like, it's nothing new. It's just all in if you can handle that pressure. I believe in taking care of the needy. Merry Christmas. Well, apparently, from the coach's channel, you're gonna have a lot of needy people over there because a lot of people are taking bets with TJ, and TJ is very. TJ seems to be very um, confident in his bet, and it seems like he's about to collect. TJ seems like he's very confident in his bet on his big strawweight championship fight. All right, Cedric C. Robertson. How far is she from a title shot? How far is Robertson from a title shot? You mean in fights or in years? Which way do you want it? How far is she in years or in fights? Well, it depends on how many fights she fights in a year, right? Um, or just how much training and how much she's developing in years. I mean, if we're looking at fights, Jillian Robertson is, let's see, Taylor Santos is unranked right now, so she's not fighting the top 10 opponent. If she beats Taylor, then she maybe fight a top 10 opponent, beats another top 10 opponent. I would say 4 fights. I'll say about 4 fights, and they have to be impressive. She's got to be on an impressive 4 fight win streak to get a title shot. Um, TJ said when it comes to bet, everyone knows TJ didn't lost. TJ Garcia. TJ Garcia didn't lost. Stamina said 3 fights minimum, 3 wins minimum. Yeah. Yeah. They got to be some top quality opponents too. So if she beat like 3 top quality opponents, like if she blows out Taylor and then beats 2 top 10 fighters in really dominant fashion, then boom, then she might get it. Robertson can't get a title shot from outside the top 5, period. Yeah, I mean that. I mean, yeah, you can't. That's true. I mean, yeah, like you got to get past Taylor on the 19th. Get past Taylor on the 19th, and we'll see what it do. I mean, like you go in there and blow Taylor out, prove us wrong, prove a lot of us wrong, and bust into that top 10. Get a revenge win against Cynthia Calvillo. That would be interesting. Get a revenge win against Calvillo, and get past that that keeper at the gate. She's blocking the way with Chikagan, and yeah, you might be in there. Cedric said he rocks with Jillian. Yeah, yeah, I like Jillian. Yeah, I definitely like her. I want to see her advance. I definitely want to see her work on her skill too, though. I want to see her do it the right way. Uh, Stamina. She's on a two fight. She's on a two fight win streak now. Three more, and the stars might just align for her. I think there are a few chicks at 125 that she just can't beat though. TJ said Robertson better hope Santa brings her some hands for Christmas. Speaking of hands, Cedric said I want to see her TKO somebody. Yeah, gotta work on the hand game, man. Gotta work on the hand game before you can TKO somebody. Like, I mean, if you're talking stand up, like if you want her to TKO somebody standing up, going to need to make sure she's a striker. Got to make sure she can work them hands, boy. Work those hands, and you might get a TKO win. Yeah, if they move her right, like yeah, she's on a two fight win streak now. But if they move her right up the rankings and give her the right matchmaking, then she could probably fight, for the title. Oh yeah, Sarah Frauda. Yeah, ground and pound. Yeah, she does that. Yeah, yeah. That's why I said stand up. Like TKO standing up, it's gonna take some time. But yeah, she, that's her thing. When she gets you to the ground, she'll submit you or beat you up on the ground. But yeah, God bless you, Stamina and TJ. So Stamina? Who do you think? Who are some of the ladies in 125 that you don't think she can beat? Like, you, who do you think of the ladies that she just can never beat? Like style wise, just bad matchups. How come it's more WMMA TKO ground and pound more other leagues more than UFC? I think it comes down to skill. I think it just comes down to skill and be able to get people down faster in those, underground leagues and smaller organizations. Takedown defense just gets better and better. Defense gets better and better. Stammer said the present top five. She's not beating any of those women, in my opinion. Yeah, that top five right now is just it's a beast. It's a beast in general for her to really go in there and face. Let's look at the names here. Like if let's say if she was moving up now, she broke into top 10. Who could they match her up to get a title eliminator or title fight against? Let's see. Nah, I can't even. I can't do that right now. Sorry, I'm just thinking to myself. No, I don't. I don't see it either. Like I'll have to see her do something amazing in two more fights because yeah, top five right now is Jennifer Maya, Cynthia Calvillo, who already holds a win over Lauren Murphy, who's kind of big, too big and too physically strong for her to take down. Then you got Caitlin Chikagan, who's just an awkward striker, style that Jillian's never faced before. Then Jessica Andrade, the powerhouse. So yeah, out of those five, I really can't say who Jillian beats like straight up. I really just I can't say. That's just being honest. Yeah, the top five right now, matching Jillian up with them. Mm. Because again, Cynthia Calvillo already got a win over it too. So when I look at it here, I don't see it. Cedric says she beats Calvillo. I don't know. Calvillo already beat her. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just being honest, man. Yeah, Roger. It'll be challenging breaking in the top now. I mean, I don't know, cause she beat Jessica Andrade. What do y'all think about that? Not Jessica Andrade. Do you think she could beat Jessica I? I think Jillian Roberts versus Jessica I would be kind of a weird style matchup. Not a big Jessica I fan, but I'm just looking at the style wise. Like I don't know, Jessica I could be some trouble with Jillian. Vivian could be trouble. Yeah, I'm just looking here myself. Uh yeah, it would be challenging breaking into the top 10 or top now. What do you think Calvillo needs to work on? Calvillo got to work on commitment, man. Like she got to work on commitment. Like she really got to work on committing to them punches and them jabs, man. Like fighting on the inside, committing to your game. Like she just let that last fight slide. Like I don't want to criticize her on that because maybe it was the effects of the COVID too. Like maybe Calvillo was feeling something. Maybe she couldn't really push her stamina. Maybe she couldn't really push her. Maybe she couldn't really push her lungs to that capacity. To really work hard. So I don't really want to criticize her on that. But I mean, just some of the things I think, yeah, committing more and just letting her hands go. Don't try to faint too much. Start working, going in for the kill when it's there. And finding range, yeah. Stamina said, I should beat Robertson, but she's a mess. Nobody can have any real confidence in her showings, in my opinion. No, like resume wise, and just like looking at her fights when she shows up, nobody can really bet on her, feel confident in her. But I mean, just when you look at the style matchup in general, like I think that would be a trouble starter for Jillian Robertson. So yeah, looking at the top six, Jillian's going to have her work cut out until she start blowing some people out with hands. That's where it's going to really tell me that this girl's got a complete style coming up. But yeah, man, I done went over my time. I said 40 minutes today, and I wound up coming on here an hour and 10 minutes longer over here conversating with y'all. But I'm about to get up out of here. Thanks for coming through again. Everybody, Marcus, Cedric, Stamina, Roger. I'll probably get on here again tomorrow. Like I do, just start doing these conversations more. And when I get on here tomorrow, if any of y'all want to come on, Stamina, if you want to chop it up, I'll send you a link tomorrow if you want to come on with Stamina. I'm having too much fun. Yeah, I am. I mean, I ain't working. I'm taking some time off, so yeah, I'm chilling. So talking to game, talking to combat sports is always fun. So yeah, but yeah, again, thanks to everybody who came out in the chat. Like I said, tomorrow let's talk about what we want to see happening in 2021 fight wise. Like what fights we really want to see, man. Who we got to look out for. Bellator, and UFC, of course, UFC in particular. That's the main one. But yeah, we'll talk about that stuff tomorrow, man. I'll be on probably like around 7 o'clock. And like I said, Stamina, if you want to come through, I'll send out a link. Anybody do want to come through, I'll send out a link. But yeah, I'm gonna get up out of here. Just make sure y'all subscribe like always. Combo Breaker 99. I'm out, y'all. Peace.